Today I'm going to be talking about the Clone. But what is the Clone? The Clone is a perfume brand that they make perfumes inspired in the smell or the essence of other perfumes, expensive luxury perfumes, and then they sell the perfumes that they make to you for a cheaper price. Basically, like the name say, they clone fragrances, they clone perfumes, and the perfumes that they clone is, luxury perfumes, expensive, fancy perfumes, and then they sell it to you, the ones that they made, for a much cheaper, affordable price. Now, they sent me some samples, and I want to start by saying today, thank you for that. I do appreciate it. They sent me some samples, and I'm going to be telling you my experience with this sample. How is it that I feel about them, if I like them or if I don't like them, if I think it's worth buying from them or not. And also, I do wanted to mention that they are based in the United States and they are vegan and cruelty-free, which I think that's a plus. For any company to do that, I think it's always a plus. So let's start. The first one that I want to talk about is this one that is called Delira. That's how the bottle looks like, all of them. And they do come in a box like this. The package is good packaging, I think, because it's nice and aesthetic inside, but it's just a common regular package. I don't think it's nothing fancy. Even the bottle is just a black bottle. Nothing fancy about it. I don't think so anyway. But what is the smell that I get here? Delira or number 17, because you can identify the fragrance in by the name or the number. So this fragrance is a clone, or is supposed to be a clone for Delina, the famous beautiful Delina. Now, does it smell the Delina? Yes or no? Yes, it does. It does have some difference. I wouldn't say it's like 99% similar to Delina. No. But it does smell very similar to Delina. I will say that if you wear this one, you can fool people thinking that you are wearing Delina. Yes, I will say that. But there are a few differences, because in this one, basically the main thing is that this one is a lighter version of Delina. Like Delina is very explosive, especially in the opening, like wow, right on your face and unapologetic and all that, super strong, super powerful. This one, no, this one is lighter, like a lighter version of Delina, not so strong, not so punchy, not so on your face type of fragrance, but it is very similar to Delina. On that sense, it is quite similar, and I was happily surprised about it. The only thing, like I say, this one is lighter. And I don't mean, imagine this one more like another toilette, and Delina being a strong or the parfum. That's how, but the essence itself is very similar. Like I say, if you wear this one, to me, to my nose, I would say, oh yeah, you are wearing Delina. But if I apply it myself, and I know Delina very well, if I apply it myself, I will be like, yeah, it smells like Delina, but it's lighter. It's quite lighter than Delina. Not too lighter either, but it is lighter. It is lighter for sure than Delina. That is pretty. It's a nice, beautiful fragrance. Now, one good thing about this fragrance is that if you go to the website, when you click on the perfume, whatever is the perfume is it that you're thinking about, they will tell you, okay, this is similar to, and they also tell you how this fragrance, the one that they made, differs or is different from the original, from the fragrance that they were trying to clone. So I think that's pretty nice to have something like that, because it gives you a better idea how the fragrance. If you're wondering about Delina, what is it that I get in Delina, or what is it that I get here? Delina is a nice fruity perfume, fruity floral. The florals that I smell is basically rose and peony. It's it's not very strong, very powerful, but it's not the main thing, but it's quite easy to detect the rose smell in Delina. But to me, Delina is more about being fruity than being floral, if I have to be honest with you. But Delina, like I was saying, is very punchy, it's very on your face, very powerful, and I really like my perfumes to be that way. Also, Delina lasts a super long time. I don't know, I think I can go 24 hours with Delina and it still will be smelling nice and strong, and people will be like, you still smell good. Versus this one, when it comes to projection, it's not a weak fragrance, it projects well, but like I was saying, it is lighter compared to Delina. But when it comes to duration on my skin, it was around 10 hours, which I saw, that's pretty good. With this one, I think if you are the type of person that you like Delina, but you think it's too much for you, a little too strong, I think this one is a good alternative because it's lighter. Like, there are some situations, you know, where you want to wear your perfume, but some people is like, oh, it's too much. Can you not wear it near me because it's just too much? I think in that case, this one will be a good option because even though it is strong, it projects well, it's not as strong as Delina. There is, I love Delina, but there is one place where I cannot take Delina to, because whenever I put it on, it smells beautiful, but there is always somebody that complains about it, saying that it's too strong, saying that it's too much. You know, and I do see it. Now, with Delina, it can be a little headache induced for some people because they say it's too much, it's too strong, because Delina is quite strong, quite powerful. Versus this one, it's not. To me, like I was saying, this one is like a softer version. The smell is very similar, but it's just a softer, lighter version of Delina. And I like it. I think it's pretty. I'm happy with this one. To this one that is called Libera, or number 47. That's how the bottle looks like. And this one is supposed to be a clone for Libre by YSL. Libre is a beautiful, gorgeous perfume that I personally love it. I think it smells just wonderful and amazing. What is it that I get in Libre? If you don't know, well, in Libre it's basically lavender, but a really nice, powerful, strong, very punchy, very on your face type of lavender, very strong, together with some flowers. The flower smell, basically jasmine and orange blossom, but just think of it as flowers, just lavender plus flowers and some vanilla. That's what I get in Libre. And here, this one, I have to tell you, I don't think it's similar to Libre. I don't think so. I love Libre. I have worn it how many times. I have another perfume that is a good dupe for Libre, actually, that smells very similar. But this one, I don't think so. With this one, I do notice a lot of differences, at least on my skin when I was trying it on. And I try it for different days, not just the one day or the one time. I try it for, different days, because I really wanted to try the fragrances. And it is okay, but there is one thing that I don't like about this one, and is that it comes across a little kind of detergent-like, and I really don't like that, because in Libre you don't get that. In Libre you get a beautiful lavender. And by the way, lavender can be, I had seen lavender being a masculine note many times, but in Libre, boy, they got it to the teeth, because that perfume, the lavender note, is so strong, so powerful, but feminine. It's very feminine because it's surrounded by these flowers, and it's just a beautiful perfume, beautiful. Now here I get the lavender smell, yes, but it comes across different. It's not as strong as Libre to start with. This one, the lavender note in Libre is very punchy, very strong. Here is not that way. Here is lighter, at least on my skin when I was trying it off. That's how it came across, lighter. And also the perfume, I did get the flower smell, but see, the same with this one, every single time the perfume comes across not soapy or just like a nice clean perfume, nice clean aroma. No, it's just kind of detergent-like, but detergent-like in not a very good way. And I didn't like, to be honest with you, I didn't like this one all that much, and I wouldn't go for this one. I do feel that it is a feminine fragrance. It is a fragrance that, even though the lavender note is quite powerful and strong and all that, surrounded by the flowers and all that, the fragrance to me comes across very feminine. That's what I'm trying to say. Versus this one, I will say is more unisex. The lavender that I notice here is not as powerful, but also is more, the perfume itself here is more unisex compared to Libre. Libre, that's come across to me very feminine because it's the flowers. It's not just the lavender, but the flowers that are really around that very strong note of lavender, because a lavender note in Libre is very strong, it's very punchy, it's very powerful. And that was something that when I first tried Libre, I remember thinking, wow, somebody actually got it. They make a nice, beautiful lavender perfume with a real smell of lavender, because it does smell like lavender, very strong, very powerful, but in a feminine way, in a girly way. And I like that about Libre versus here. I don't see that. This one, like I was saying, is more unisex, and also this one on my skin, it comes across soapy, but soapy not in a really good way, not in a clean, fresh, or nothing like that. It's more like detergent. On paper, I gotta be honest to you, and it did smell a little different compared to my skin. On paper, it did smell more similar to Libre, but if I have to compare it, on paper, the lavender was still lighter compared to Libre, and lighter enough that I wouldn't say they are clone. To me anyway, to my nose, I wouldn't. Still, it was similar, but too much of a difference to call it a sad clone and sad, one of the original with the clone perfume. I don't know. With this one, to be honest with you, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not very happy with this one. I didn't like this one. To be honest with you, I didn't like this one. Let's go to this one that is called Naked Cherry, or number 33. This one is supposed to be a clone for Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. Now, I don't have Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, but I have tried Cherry Bouquet by Ashnam, which is said to be a very good dupe. If you research it, everybody says. When I was reading the review, people were saying it's a very good dupe for Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. Now, I compared Cherry Bouquet by Ashnam to this one, and they do smell very similar. Very similar. Now, with this one, I noticed a difference, and it's that it's sweeter. And I gotta tell you, I love that. I love that because I love sweet perfume. So this one being sweeter to me is better. It's not a bad thing, it's a better thing to me anyway. So what is it that I get in here? This one is all about that cherry for people that love cherry perfume, because that's what I get the most. It smells very nice, very pretty. I like it. I really like this one. I think it smells very beautiful. Besides the cherry, I also get some vanilla, a little almond aroma. I get a little flower. I was trying this, and to me the main thing with this one is obviously the cherry, but also that little almond aroma. Now and I don't really want to compare it to the one that is said to be a dupe, because like I said, I have not tried Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, which will be the original. I tried the other one, Cherry Bouquet by Afnan, and that one does have a boozy smell that is mild, and I think that one is a beautiful perfume, but I do see it like a unisex perfume because it's not very sweet. Now, if I compare, like I was saying, that one to this one, they both smell very similar, very similar. The only thing is that this one is sweeter. The sweetness in here is nice, and the boozy aroma, and that's what I was trying to, the point I was trying to get across. The boozy aroma here, I get it, but it's very minimal, and it's how can I say it? I get the booziness, but it's more like the almonds are a little more accentuated and a little stronger compared to the booziness, but I also smell the vanilla. This is a beautiful fragrance. I really like this one. I think it smells pretty good. But the cherry here, this one I think is worth buying because it does smell very pretty, very nice. This one I think with this one I got around 8 hours, which I saw it was pretty good. And when it comes to the projection, it projects well, so I didn't have any problems. Nice and strong, but I cannot tell you, oh, it's stronger or weaker than Tom Ford. I don't know, because I don't own Lost Cherry, but I do want to get now one problem that I did have with all the bottles, all of them, is the atomizer. It was working fine and well when I first got the perfumes, and I didn't have any problem. But then the more I use it, because I did try the fragrances for about 3 weeks, I will say, and I was spraying it quite a lot, you know, over and over, here and there, you know, just trying the perfume, spraying it, and all of a sudden the atomizer in all of them started not working, and I didn't like that. I don't want to spray it here, but like this one, if I spray it, it bleeds, you know, it goes all over my hand and things like that. And on Delira, no, not Delira, on Libera, in this one, if I spray it, instead of being like, you know, like when you spray the perfume that goes all over the place, it's more like, if I can show you. Let me get something. See, it kind of shoots. It doesn't, it's not a nice mist like it was. It's more like, I did talk to somebody from the Clone and let them know about the atomizer, how they were not working for all 3 bottles, and they say to me that I'm the very first person making a comment like that, making feedback like that they never had a problem, you know, people saying, oh, the atomizer doesn't work. But they did say that if somebody have a problem with the bottle in general, they, you know, they do the return, so they wouldn't have problems doing the return. That's what they answered to me in the mail. I think they are worth trying. I think they have some hits and some misses, like this one here is Naked Cherry. I think this one is a good hit. This one, I do like it. I think it smells really pretty, very nice. Now this one here, Libera, no, not really. I don't care for this one. But when you go to the website, I was checking it out, and they seem to be a small company and they're growing. I do wish them well. I really do, because I think they have good values. I do think that, because I was talking with somebody from customer service about some of the, you know, like the atomizer and things like that, and they were, be honest, we have no problem, because I let them know how I felt, you know, in all the issues that I encountered and all that. And I really like the fact that they say to me, it's okay, we are okay, just be honest with your review. They never were like, oh, please try to hide it, don't say this, don't say that. No. So I thought, oh, well, that's a good thing, you know, to be open and honest. That's a really good thing. And, you know, starting a company, it's not easy. It's not easy. So you cannot have 100% every single one. I wouldn't think so. If you are starting a perfume company, having different perfumes made, have every single one of them being just right and perfect, I think that's gonna be quite hard. And that doesn't mean that they're not trying, because maybe right now at the moment Libera will not be the best, but maybe will be a lot better in the future. Who knows? I don't know. But all I'm saying is that I think they're worth trying. Anyway, I do have a coupon code, and I'm gonna put it down there in the description box if you feel like checking them out and trying them out. And if you do write to me and let me know what is it, especially if you try Libera, because I want to see if he did came out soapy on you or not, because he did on me, but soapy in detergent like in a bad way. And I do want to see, I do want to know, did it came out the same way on you or not? Was it just me? Was it just my skin? I want to know that. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.